Hey everybody, I'm Craig Fitzgerald, and I'm here with Cliff Attia, Vice President of the New England Motor Press Association. This is the second episode of Drive New England, and we are going to cover a lot of ground this episode. We had our annual awards banquet for the official winter vehicle in New England last night, and we are here in Kennebunkport, Maine for the 22nd annual Ragtop Ramble and Crustacean Crawl.
Plus, we have some exclusive new Ford vehicles that we are among the first in the country to see, so stick around.
I'm John Paul. I'm the president of the New England Motor Press Association, and with me is...
Tim Sonhang, member of the Bronco marketing team.
All right, Bronco, a lot of people know Bronco from years back. Full-size Bronco, big car. How does this Bronco relate to that one other than in name?
So this one stems back to the Gen 1 Bronco, actually. It took a lot of heritage. They actually did a 3D scan of it early in the design process, but focusing on modularity and customization was core to bringing Bronco back, and then obviously making sure that it lived up to the name from a credibility and durability standpoint.
And when it comes to Bronco, who do you think will be the customer for this Bronco?
I think we've got Broncos for all different customers. I was just talking with one of the other guys about the series strategy for Bronco and how we did something a little different with the Bronco when we brought it back, where we've got 7 series really customized to different types of people and different types of use. So instead of a traditional series strategy where you're more hierarchical as you go up, Bronco was based on lifestyles, and each of the different categories, from a base, which is really a no-frills unit, and one that acts as a blank slate for customers to customize and do as they wish, up to the Wild Track, which is the desert runner. And then within that, you've got package levels that allow you to add some of the creature comforts and technology that we know customers are interested in.
And when you think about the customer, does it go everywhere from, say, the urban explorer who never really leaves the city to somebody who really thinks about the Bronco as an off-road vehicle, and it's going to be the vehicle that I'm going to use to tow my boat or my camping trailer? Is it that sort of levels of customization as well?
I think capability was core, but we also recognize that Broncos will be used as daily drivers as well. So I think we've got our bases covered.
When you think about, you said the base Bronco is sort of a clean slate, people can do what they want.
Yep.
Was that sort of something that maybe the people you work with went out to SEMA, for instance, and saw how people were customizing their vehicles and said, let's give them something already put together, but let's give them a place to start if they want to go from there?
Yeah, no, customer research was huge in the development of bringing this back, and thousands of people that were interviewed and watched how they used the vehicle, and there's certain elements within it that you can really see how that came to be. You've got trail scopes here that are multifunction, not only tie downs, but also help you see where your corners are on the trails. Things like the switch pack that sits on top of the dash. It was a recognition that when people are off-roading, they don't want to have to look down to change some of the suspension and features on the vehicle. So having it up here allowed you to keep your eyes up. So innovation and design was big.
Yeah. Now, speaking of innovation, is there a couple more points that you want to bring up?
Yeah, we really tried to reimagine the off-road vehicle, and I think there's a lot of new modern technology that is included in it. We've got something called GOAT modes, G-O-A-T, goes over any type of terrain. Funny enough, it was actually the internal code name for the Gen 1 Bronco as it was making its way through the Ford walls. So GOAT modes it's an actual dial, and it takes a traditional drive mode setup that most people are familiar with sport mode and that sort of thing, and applies it to the off-road setting. So with a switch of a dial, you can change the suspension reaction, the throttle, the steering feedback, and really allows novices all the way up to experts to be able to utilize the technology.
So it can take somebody who's a novice like me going off-road and make me pretty capable?
Absolutely.
Capable enough to get in trouble, maybe?
Well, it's more about instilling confidence in the driver, right? And we've got one of our experiential pieces of Bronco that is included with the purchase of a 2-door or a 4-door, as well as the Bronco Sport Badland series, where it's called Off-Rodeo. And they're off-road driving schools where it's a fully immersive event. Actually, just this morning we announced the start of the other 3 locations. So we've got them spread out throughout the U.S. in Moab, one out in Nevada, about 30 minutes off the Strip, one down in Texas, which was the initial one that's been open for a couple months now, and then one a few hours north of here up in New Hampshire.
Wow. So when somebody's interested, and then they can get some real education about how to use the vehicle. Do you see some of Bronco maybe never going off-road? You know, somebody who's buying it just for the look and the, you know, that doesn't have any plans to go off-road with it, or do you think the buyer is going to be somebody who maybe might, you know, coming from maybe a Jeep or something?
I mean, that's really at their own discretion.
Yeah.
One of the things that we wanted to teach and instill at Off Rodeo is to give them the confidence to go off-road if they wanted to, right? And so that event is set up to be able to teach you about the technologies, teach you about the etiquette on off-roading. Bronco was one of our core tenets, is to ensure that you know, we're teaching these new off-roaders how to do it responsibly. So things like conservation, preservation, and then education on really making sure you know how to use this this machine.
Yeah. And when's Bronco going to be available for sale?
So we actually started delivering last month.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we've got the production line is up and running, and we are actively delivering and shipping Broncos as we speak.
Yeah. And do you have any idea about the pre-order numbers? Is Bronco very popular?
Absolutely, yeah. We've seen unprecedented demand since we revealed last July in 2020. We've amassed over 190,000 reservations and 125,000 orders. So
190,000 reservations.
190,000.
125,000 orders. That's amazing. And can you give us an idea about price?
So they start at $29,900, so just under 30, and goes up into the 70s if you've got a fully loaded first edition four-door.
Sounds terrific.
Yeah.
Well, I wish you the best of luck with it, and thanks
Appreciate
for
it.
taking a little bit of time.
Thanks.
And joining us here at the New England Motor
Great.
Press.
Thank you.
All right, thanks.
I'm Craig Fitzgerald from the New England Motor Press Association. We're at the NEMPA garage, and I'm here with Zach Nakos. He's the product marketing manager for this truck, the Ford Maverick, and I have desperately wanted a small truck for years now, so I'm thrilled to hear about this thing, so tell me all about it.
Well, Craig, thank you for the invitation to be here. I am excited to be here and able to share information about the all-new 22 model year Ford Maverick. Like you said, you and many others have been anticipating something that is in this right size space, the space of what is truly a compact pickup. As other vehicles in mid-size pickup segment and full-size pickup segment over the years have grown in terms of their overall length and width, as well as price, this kind of created a vacuum for this type of vehicle. And we feel that we've really been able to deliver something here that addresses what our target customer wants. They're looking for affordability, they're looking for low cost of ownership, they're looking for no compromise when it comes to things like accommodating 5 adults, being able to utilize the cargo space in the pickup bed to enable their lifestyle. And as the first standard hybrid in America, 40 miles per gallon city is a headline that everybody's talking about.
Yeah, absolutely. So actually, let's start with the price.
Sure.
Where are we talking about here?
So standard MSRP for the base XL model, the hybrid, is $19,995.
Yep.
Of course, you have to add destination and delivery to that,
Sure.
but the base sticker price is $19,995. The mid-series XLT starts at $22,280, and the Lariat starts at $25,490. And
what does all-wheel drive do to that?
sure. So all-wheel drive is available only on the gas engine. So you have to add gas first. That's about $1,000, and then all-wheel drive is like another $2,000. So roughly it adds about $3,000 to it.
Right. So you know, the natural competitor, I think, for this that exists in the marketplace today is the Ridgeline, and that is, you know, the price of that is significantly higher, even at that top trim level. So, you know, you've got 3 trim levels here, and you're still well under that price cap. That's great. That's really great. So, Tell me about the hybrid drivetrain versus the gas.
Sure.
Let's go over that too.
So the base engine, the hybrid, is 2.5 liter engine architecture. That's the gasoline portion of it. And then, of course, there's an electric motor as well as a CVT transmission. The horsepower is about 191 horsepower. The gas, as you walk up to the gas, is 255 horsepower, 277 pound-foot of torque.
Is that one that's a CVT as well?
No, that's actually a conventional 8-speed transmission. 8 speeds on the gas.
Yep.
It's a front-wheel drive layout for the standard hybrid. Also, when you opt up to the gas, it starts as a front-wheel drive. And it's based on a unibody platform, so that is able to deliver some attributes that customers that we're pulling from the car segment and from the crossover segment are looking for. They're looking for more space in the interior, and you get that with the unibody because you eliminate that long tunnel from the front to the rear. So you've got more foot room, more leg room, knee room, even hip room, because the center consoles don't have to rise up as high.
Yeah.
You also get this kind of maneuverability that you would desire in the city with the front-wheel drive.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's front-wheel drive feels more nimble to drive.
Sure.
We all love rear-wheel drives because they kind of give a traditional feel, but front-wheel drive gives you that opportunity to kind of shimmy into small places in the city.
Sure. Notice inside, the thing that was kind of remarkable in there was most of the trucks you look at today are very busy, a lot going on with big screens and flashing lights and everything. This is very, it's clean inside and very well laid out and very well designed. So tell me a little bit about that.
Sure. I think our designers wanted to create something that was aspirational, but at the same time functional. Our engineers lived with our target customer for weeks and months to try and get a feel for those things that are what we call pain points for them. And one of the simplest things that I can describe is, and we could maybe share a shot of this as well, but take a look at the door trim. You'll notice that the door trim has a scaved out portion so that you can fit a tall water bottle.
Right.
Our customers are socially conscious, so they tend to carry these taller insulated metal water bottles. And in living with those customers, we found that they would have to kind of tilt them away from the door armrest.
Yep.
Our designers took that insight, actually made a kind of a channel in the door trim so that someone could put a bottle there and it would naturally fit and be retained.
Right.
Another thing that I would point out is our target customer carries a lot of gear.
Yep.
Maybe they really get engaged with DIY type activities or projects.
I noticed that there are roof rails on there. Is there, can you mount things to the roof? Is that what that's intended for?
So that's actually kind of, I think, the drip rail.
Yeah. Right.
But and you could mount things on that, but it's better to mount them to the box binner.
Yeah,
yes.
got it.
And we will have any number of features that are actually buildable from the factory. You can order them and have them be assembled as part of your vehicle build. Things like ladder racks,
yep.
And that of course can carry kayaks or canoes. Things like the bed extender,
yep.
That can extend your bed length to 6 feet. Other features like cargo boxes, all available from the factory. There's 3 different tonneau covers. So we're really trying to give the customer aftermarket content that they can make as part of their purchase and roll into the price of the vehicle.
Sure. And we're New England people. That's the whole idea here. And one of the things that is relatively frustrating for us is, these houses, you look around here, these have been here for hundreds of years, and they have garages that were built for smaller vehicles than your average full-size pickup today. This thing, it's like New England perfect. It'll fit in a garage. You don't have to, kind of throw things over a bedside. Like that. Was that something that was part of the whole idea? Was people were having issues keeping those things inside?
Absolutely, Craig. A lot of customers, as I said, as the overall footprint of pickup trucks grew, it just left this natural vacuum
Yeah.
of a true compact pickup. The Maverick is about a foot shorter than the current Ranger. It still has a 4.5-foot bed, but one of the things that we did to try and meet those metrics that you're referencing is that we actually took like the 5th percentile of humans in terms of their height to make sure that they could actually reach into the back of the pickup bed, that they didn't have to reach up, over, and down, or that they wouldn't have to physically go into the bed and climb in the bed to take something out and climb out. Even 5th percentile stature can reach that pickup bed.
Great. Yeah.
And I'm not sure if you saw our teaser videos when we first revealed, but we made a point to put the vehicle in a garage to kind of send that message that this is going to fit in your garage.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's talk a little bit about specifications, towing, payload, kind of thing.
Sure. So the base model, both the base hybrid as well as the base gas can tow 2,000 pounds. If you need to tow more, you can opt up to the tow package on the gas engine, and that's 4,000 pounds.
Great.
Each vehicle can can haul 1,500 pounds. That's true of both the hybrid as well as the gas engine. And roughly 1,500 pounds, just to visualize it, is about 3 dozen 40-pound bags of mulch. That's a way to, not that anybody would necessarily do that much, but that'll give you the visual.
Right. So, and again, New England thing, I would imagine that 99% of these things up here are going to be all-wheel drive.
Sure.
What about things like, tire packages, anything like that?
Oh, sure.
More sort of winter tire related?
Sure. So this model happens to be the hybrid Lariat.
Yep.
But on the gas model, we do have an FX4. In addition to just having the all-wheel drive, we have an FX4, which does come with a raised rise height, as well as the type of things that you would expect to go off-road.
Right, so a heavier duty tire.
Exactly. There's the base tire on the FX4 is a Scorpion Pirelli, I believe.
Yep.
And then you can opt up to a more aggressive tread. That's a Falcon Wild Track, I think.
Wild Peak. Yeah, those
Wild
are great tires. Yeah, they've been fantastic up here. That's great to hear, and I am absolutely thrilled to drive this. And it was a score for us to get this thing here because I know people are really excited about it. So thanks for bringing it.
Craig, my pleasure.
Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks.
The Ford Bronco. It's back after 25 years. There is no other new vehicle so sought after, so hyped up. The order books are filling up through 2022. So is it worth it? How fun does this look right now? If you like driving trucks on trails like these, the Bronco will satisfy every last bone of your body, and it won't beat you up. The ride on these 35-inch tires and independent front suspension is almost like a Lincoln. NEMPA members are testing this 2021 Bronco Badlands with the Sasquatch. That's what makes the Bronco so tough. It's 11.5 inches off the ground, has front and rear locking diffs, and can truly go anywhere. That's why Ford calls it a GOAT. Goes over any type of terrain.
Hey there, Cliff Attia, VP at NEMPA, and I'm here in the middle of the woods with a Ford Bronco, where normally I'd be at a racetrack or some nice back road with a sports car. It's summer in New England. We don't really have the kind of time to enjoy this. But with a truck, I actually want to drive this all year round. The Ford Bronco, honestly, one of the most cool vehicles, best new debuts we've seen really all year, maybe even next year. And at NEMPA, we were one of the first groups in the country to see this vehicle alongside the new Ford Maverick pickup at our awards dinner back in July, along with the Ragtop Ramble. So now our members are actually driving this vehicle, thanks to Ford for actually bringing it here and having us explore it. Let's take a look.
But the Bronco is comfortable inside, and it looks like no other Ford. You get all the latest technology, the screens, lots of waterproof switches. Everything is designed to get down and dirty, and I did just that with this vehicle. It was so much fun.
Talk about bringing a suit to a mud bath. The Bronco has been through kind of the worst conditions today in my drive here up in Massachusetts, and it barely looks like it's been touched. It's so tall, it's so tough. I don't really feel a thing. These tires are like pillows. It's oversized everything, and I think it's going to be a big hit in New England and really throughout the entire country. Everybody knows Jeeps, we're all familiar with that, but I'm pretty impressed with this Bronco. The more I drive it, and the more I don't drive it and just stare at it and have people ask me all types of questions, well, I think this is going to be a winner. What do you guys think?
We're here in Kennebunkport, Maine for the, I think it's the 22nd Ragtop Ramble and Crustacean Crawl up here to Kennebunkport from Boston, Massachusetts. Cliff, what are we doing here?
We relax mostly, but we work. We work hard to make this happen every year, especially after last year. It wasn't even a given that this was going to happen, but we bring as many manufacturers as we can up here, all the PR folks here. This is really a thank you to everyone who gets cars up to us, helps us do our jobs, and just shows them exactly what we're all about. So it's a nice drive, nice food, nice day.
How many cars?
About two dozen today,
Yep.
yeah.
And what did you drive up?
I had the Ram TRX. I was the power, not the power wagon. I was the snack wagon.
Yeah, that's right.
I had a very important duty today to keep everyone fed.
Yeah, and I drove the Lincoln Navigator, which is, you couldn't ask for a better vehicle
That's
to
way
drive up here.
too cushy.
Super cool, very nice. We had lobsters for lunch. We had blueberry pie. It's fantastic. This spot is just unbelievable here, right? I think that's George Bush right there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't it? I think he's right up the street. So it's 22 years we've been doing this. We've only missed twice. Last year we missed because of the pandemic, and the second year we had a hurricane. And unfortunately, nobody was hardy enough to drive up to Maine in a hurricane. So we bailed that year. But
Yeah, every year I've been here, it's been absolutely perfect.
it's perfect.
Just
every
like
year.
this.
Yep.
We go on a lot of trips, for our work and everything, but honestly, this is my favorite all the time. I'm always looking forward to this one.
Yeah, it's like New England distilled right here.
It is, yeah.
This hotel is amazing, so it's a great time, and like Cliff said, it's a great opportunity for us to really sit with some manufacturers, spend some time with them, and kind of understand what their business is, and help them understand what we need to do every year. So we should go take a look at some cars, right?
Yeah, check them out.
Cool.